Hello and welcome back to Tommy's Top Shelf Comics. I'm Tommy, joined by Murphy.
Hello.
We're back with this week's top 5 comics. They were next week's comics, but now they're this week's comics. And we're starting off with number 5, Mighty Morphin Power Rangers 30th Anniversary Special.
Dude, the first time for the Power Rangers on our list.
I know. It hits nostalgia, though, because I was a Power Rangers kid. So it's weird seeing 30th Anniversary.
I mean, Ryan, my friend, he watches every week. He was like, when are you going to hit Power Rangers stuff?
Here it is.
Got like a $30,000 collection. So now 30th Anniversary.
Here it is.
So this one reads, a landmark celebratory special featuring 5 brand new stories paying homage to the legacy of Rangers with stories by Ryan Perot from Rogue Sun, Matt Groom, Inferno Girl Red, the original Mighty Morphin Pink Ranger, Amy Jo Johnson, and Matt Hodson from Titans, and young adult author Maria Ingrande Mora, Fragile Remedy, along with current Mighty Morphin Power Rangers superstar scribe Melissa Flores. Joining the celebration are returning fan-favorite Power Rangers artists, including Hendry Prestella, Eleonora Carlini, and Marco Renna. Between a spotlight on Erie and Angel Grove, Alpha 5 struggle to find his true purpose, a mind-bending what-if story about Tommy's powers, which introduces an all-new alternate universe, an additional tale about his marriage to Kat, and a deeper look at the Ranger Academy. This anniversary issue is truly packed full of content worthy of the 30-year legacy, along with 40 pages of brand new more phenomenal material. Celebrate 30 years of Power Rangers with an additional 24 pages of classic material that fans new and old will be delighted to experience. Ooh, that was a lot.
It was a lot.
And that's a creative team.
It really is, and it's kind of funny how they reference like Rogue Sun and the Massive Verse books,
Right.
Because all of these creators started or have done Power Rangers in the past, and they don't reference the old Power Rangers books.
I mean, you got the actual Pink Ranger.
Yeah,
like Amy Jo Johnson. I was in love. No, this one seems cool, and I mean, I had read the Ranger Academy free comic book day issue, and it was pretty interesting. It's not the Power Rangers that I knew, but I also know that I've lost track of the universe over the last couple years.
Yeah.
But it seemed, I don't know anything, but it seemed interesting, and so I mean, with this many stories, it might be a good place to give it a try.
Oh yeah, I do pick up when Power Ranger books have these like kind of one shot collaboration books. I usually pick them up because they're fun reads, and you don't really need to know anything before.
I will say that the Power Rangers with the helmet variants just have been killing it for a while.
Absolutely.
Like, and then with the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles crossover where they had like the Shredder helmet too, like, oh,
that was pretty good.
That
was pretty good. But moving on to number 4, we got Nords Illustrated Swimsuit Edition. You may know Nort as the bumbling Green Lantern who protects Space Sector 68. Then again, you may not know Nort at all. Whatever the case, get ready to see him in the newest role as host and propator of this very special Swimsuit Edition comic. Join our favorite fuzzball. I'm struggling on this one. Join our favorite fuzzball as he showcases some of our best swimsuit covers and our most swimtacular stories. From the Flash in a Speed Force Speedo to Batman in a bathing suit. That's a stretch. This very special one-shot is summer fun from bikini top to bikini bottom. Also collecting some of the steamiest swimsuit covers from DC's best talent all in one place for the very first time.
So is this where that Nightwing and Batgirl swimsuit cover
might be? It might be.
It might just be inside. It's not like an actual like
which
variant.
would be sad. which would be sad.
I mean, but that's kind of funny too.
Yeah.
Like it definitely seems like this is gonna be just
Oh,
out
yeah.
there.
It's just going to be fun and silly and goofy.
Yeah, the bathing suit.
The bathing suit, that was a struggle.
Yeah, is a bit of a stretch, I will say. But there's some steamy covers.
Always.
Always.
I like the Batman magazine cover.
Yeah.
But
No,
moving on.
This one, I like that DC does stuff like this too.
Oh, yeah. It's just fun. It's just fun.
It's just fun stuff.
Yeah. But moving on to our number 3, we got plot holes. Number 1.
So the plot holes are a squad of fictional warriors who transport themselves into the pages of other books, using their unique skills to save the plots in order to stop them from being destroyed. And Cliff is their newest recruit, a comic creator who's just realized his world isn't real, in fact. It's a complete fiction that literally exists inside a novel. The other members are misfits like him, pulled from unpublished books that couldn't be saved. A manga samurai, a barbarian tiger, a kid from a comic strip, and a vampire assassin. Outclassed by the other members, Cliff sets out to prove his worth to the plot holes as they fight to save as many books as possible. This is definitely kind of interesting. Also, I like the cover art is the same as the White Knight stuff that Sean Murphy did at DC.
Yeah, so that's what I was going to dive into. It's the cover art is very reminiscent of White Knight.
I mean, it's pretty much spot on.
Yeah, and I love Sean Murphy and everything he's done with all of those runs. I think they're all very well done. That's how short runs should be tied together.
Yeah, I agree.
Because they're all independent stories. You can read them all, but if you read each one, you gain a little bit more.
Yeah. And this was a crowdsourced comic too. Mm-hmm. So if you missed that opportunity to get in early, like this is the time to get in. And also, I mean, we've never talked about it on here, but like Whatnot becoming a publisher, it's
weird.
It's a lot. Like there's competition to Marvel and DC, Every week new independent things pop up, and this is proof of it. Like they're saying, I read somewhere that in the first 6 months of Massive and Whatnot teaming up, they have 800,000 comics sold. That's a lot.
It's a lot of comics.
Every week we keep seeing new publishers and things like that pop up, and it's awesome to see creator-owned stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. Speaking of creator-owned stuff, we have a bunch more creator-owned stuff.
We got a lot of creator-owned.
Like our number 2, a new Image number 1.
Image number 1.
A new Zdarsky Image number 1.
Zdarsky.
Back because you demanded it. Yes, you. Don't you remember? We were having drinks and you said, hey, whatever happened to, was it Kaptara? Chip Zdarsky of Public Domain and Batman, and Kagan McLeod, Infinite Kung Fu and Cobra Kai, are back with a brand new story arc of their beloved science fiction series. Astronaut Keith Kagan, trapped on the planet of Kaptara, is trying to find his way home. But first, he needs to solve a mystery. Who is stealing all the affordable cat tanks? Who would dare? This wild and colorful series, full of heart and chuckles, could be yours for the low, low price of $3.99. A new chapter in Zdarsky's charming, off-the-wall space comedy. Did I know this existed before? No.
Nope, not even a little bit.
So I'm going to figure that out.
Right.
Because I need to read this. It's a Zdarsky space comedy.
Yeah, I mean, fun. If anyone knows about it, put it in the comments, obviously. But dude, it's Zdarsky. It's Zdarsky. Gonna do it.
Yeah, 2015
is when it was out.
Mm-hmm.
It's like beginning Zdarsky,
Yeah.
No, that's cool. I'm definitely there for that. I like that he's just hitting his stride,
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
He's killing the game. We've been saying that for a year now, but
And
it
he
just
keeps going.
being true.
He keeps going.
And this is again proof of creator-owned stuff. This is
speaking of creator-owned stuff.
Yeah, and he can just do whatever he wants.
Speaking of creator-owned stuff.
Yeah.
The Devil's Cut, #1. A new publisher.
Distillery. So The Devil's Cut is your introduction to Distillery, a new publisher redefining creator-owned comics. In the aging process, the whiskey that evaporates is called the Angel Share, but the most potent spirits are captured in the wood, the Devil's Cut. This is the Devil's Cut. Unfiltered stories from the most fearless creators offering a distinct taste of the quality to come. 88 oversized pages printed on premium paper featuring a flight of high-proof work from our founding creators including Scott Snyden, James Tynion IV, Tula Lotte, Mirka Andolfo, Jock, Becky Cloonan, Brian Azzarello, Mark Bernardin, Elsa Charatier, Lee Garbett, Joelle Jones, Stephanie Phillips, Ram V, Jamie McKelvey, Junko Mizuno, and friends including Francesco Francavilla, Ariella Cristina, Eduardo Riso, Christian Ward, and more. Edited by the legendary Will Dennis. The kickoff issue will never be reprinted in this format again. Whew, that was a lot of names. That's a big list of creators.
Got it.
My goodness. Dude, I didn't even know this was happening, coming out this week, but
it's super cool. That's a lot awesome. Of creators I really like.
That's a lot of good creators. Now, this is like I was saying before, this is Image getting, Image is no longer
too mainstream.
Yeah, Image is way too mainstream now. Scott Snyder and Tynion are like, let's go do something else. No, this is awesome. Just such a fan of, a lot of these creators.
Oh yeah.
So I'm definitely interested to see what they show, and what is actually what these stories are. I like that all the variant covers are just the regular cover with different background.
Mm-hmm.
Now this one, look at that list. That's all I got to say.
I wonder if they're almost like previews of the different creators, what they have.
Kind of like Image did with those Image books that came out last year.
Yeah, they're just showing off the style.
I'd assume so. When you start a new publisher, even with names like that, you still gotta get people buying,
Oh yeah.
So I'd be interested to see how many of these books start, when they start coming out. Not if, but do we think there's going to be a quick run where all of a sudden they're all just coming out every week?
I bet you when it comes out, it's going to make noise. I'm going to do some research on this because I need to figure out more about this because this is really cool.
Yeah, I got to make sure to order this one too. You never know. This is ground floor stuff.
There's a lot of big names.
That's a lot of big names. Yeah, I got to look into this more. But it's a really good one to have. That's for sure.
Yeah. Well, you look into this as well, and we'll look into it. We'll reconvene next week and see what we think. So, until next week, when this week's comics are last week's comics, and last week's comics are this week's. Next week's comics are this week's comics. We'll catch you guys later.
See ya.